Okay, this first example, we want to graph this line. It says graph the line by plotting any two ordered pairs that satisfy this equation. Okay, so I don't recall that we've talked about it, but since it pops up here, let's talk about it. Slope-intercept form of an equation. Is y equals mx plus b. Now, I do believe we talked about it in 10.1, but let's go over it again. M is the slope, b is the y-intercept. Okay, this is the best and most common way to graph an equation. Normally we start with the y-intercept, whatever that b value is, and we use that slope and we do rise over run. A rise goes up or down, run goes left or right. Generally, if it's positive, we're going to go positive, up, and right. Or you might go down and left. These both will do the same thing. Okay, if it was negative, you would go up and left, or you would go down and right. Okay, and you have to make sure you pick a point that's going to fall on this graph. So our y-intercept is 10. Okay, that's right on the bound of the graph. Okay, this graph goes to 10. So I'm going to make that my first point at 10. And then I can't go up. See, my slope is 5 over 3. So I would want to go up 5 and then to the right 3. Up and right. Since I run out of room, I can't go up. And then I want to go down and left. It's just the opposite. So it should follow the same pattern. So I'm going to go down 5 to 5 and go left 3. 1, 2, 3. So what I'm doing when I'm doing down and left, I'm making 5 negative, so going down 5, and going left, I'm making 3 negative. And then what you should understand, negative divided by negative is a positive. So it's the same thing as saying my slope is 5 over 3, 5 over 3. So positive 5 over 3 versus negative 5 over negative 3, those are equal. So that's why we can go down and left. Alright, number 2, we want to find the y-intercept and the x-intercept of the equation. Okay, so let's do that. So number 2, we're going to find the x-intercept first, which the fact that we need to know is that y equals 0. Okay, so I'm going to take this 5 over 8x minus 5 over 6 times y, which is going to be a 0, equals 2. This term pretty much goes away because 0 times anything is 0. So I'm left with 5 over 8x equals 2. Okay, to solve this, I'm going to multiply both sides by 8. That will divide out. I'm left with 5x equals 16. And divide both sides by 5, and we get x equals, just leave it at 16 over 5, which is approximately, 5 goes into 16 3 times, 3 and 1/5, so 3.2. But I think they're going to want you to write it as a fraction. Okay. And then we're going to find the y-intercept. So this time x is 0. So I'll have a 5 over 8 times 0 minus 5 over 6 times y. I don't know why I put that in parentheses. Equals 2. This term goes away this time because it's 0. But the minus, this term is still going to be negative. So negative 5 over 6y equals 2. So again, I'm going to multiply by 6 to get rid of division by 6. That will go away. I have a negative 5y equals 12. and then divide by -5, and we get y equals, we'll just leave it as -12/5, which is approximately, 5 goes in there twice, so about a -2.4. I need to do that so I know where to plot it. Okay, I have to plot it. So as an ordered pair, that's what you really want to do when you do the intercept. X is 16/5. Y was 0. As a y-intercept, x was 0, and the y value was -12/5. Okay, so we're going to just insert these two values, and I think it's going to plot it for us, and then we'll be able to draw it. So y-intercept 0, and then -12/5. Okay, and it plots the point for us. And then the x-intercept was 16/5 and 0. And then just draws a line between those 2 points.